Okay, so we're going to start out in child's pose. So you can take the big toes together and the knees mat width apart. Slowly crawl your hands forward until your chest comes close to the ground. Or you can keep the knees together and the toes together. Lay your chest down on top of your thighs and let your hands come down to rest by your feet. Allow the forehead to come down to the ground. And just take one big deep breath here and notice where you feel the breath in your body. Like maybe it causes a little bit of a back stretch. As you exhale, feel yourself sinking into the ground. Maybe you feel your lower back start to release a bit here. Just take 2 more breaths here. See if you can really soften through the shoulders and the fingertips. Soften through the palms. Let go of the neck. Just feel really heavy, like you're a stone sinking to the bottom of a lake. Take one more deep breath here. Feel your belly expand towards the floor. And exhale. Close the eyes. Just arriving here on your mat. Slowly close all the tabs in your brain, or at least minimize their screens. You can just focus on the present moment for the moment. Then we're gonna take the hands to the top of the mat, walk the hands back in towards the legs, and sit up on the knees. And just take the hands overhead. Inhale, stretch the hands up towards the sky, reaching up towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna exhale, just take the hands back down. We're gonna take the hands in front of us now and do eagle arms really quickly. So we're gonna take the right hand below the left. We're gonna cross the left elbow over the right. Bend both hands so that they're reaching up towards the sky. And then you're gonna try one more twist here, seeing if you can take the right fingertips to the left palm. Take this as deep as you can, and if this just feels too deep of a stretch, you can always just keep the hands or keep the elbows crossed. We're gonna take this pose, inhale, and exhale, reach the elbows up towards the sky and press the hands away from the face at the same time. Seeing if you can keep the shoulders relaxed while you do this. Breathe in here, and maybe you add a little bit of a cow spine here, so arc the back forward, taking a little mini back bend here, inhaling, stretching through the shoulders, and exhale, we'll curl the spine, take the elbows in towards the chest, take the chin to chest, and breathe into the shoulders here. Inhale, reverse the motion. Elbows press up towards the sky. We arc through the back, we look towards the hands, and take the hands away from the face. Exhale, drawing the shoulders back in towards, or drawing the elbows back in towards the chest. Curl the spine here. One more round. This inhale, cow spine. Go a bit deeper. Exhale, cat spine. Great. We'll open the arms out to either side. Take the right fingertips to the ground. Inhale, take the left hand up and over for side stretch here. Breathing into that left side body. We're trying to pull those left fingertips towards the wall behind you to open up through the armpit. We'll exhale, move through center and take the right fingertips up and over. Side stretch through the right side. Great, and then we'll do the same pose on the opposite side. We'll take the left arm forward this time, cross the right elbow over the left, and we'll take the bend the elbows, take the hands towards the sky, and try to bring the left fingertips towards the right palm. So here you can inhale to press the elbows up, and then press the hands away from the face to free up the back. Breathe into the shoulder stretch here. Maybe you take a cow spine, looking towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the elbows in towards the chest, curl the spine, look towards your elbows. cat spine. Inhale, open up, arcing the back. Exhale, closing. Inhale, opening. Exhale, closing. Great. We'll open the arms up once again. Take them towards the ceiling once again. And we're going to see if we can curl the toes under here. And this is a fun little mobility thing. We're going to see if we can just rock our way onto our feet without using the hands. You can try a couple times. Fall, it's okay. Just keep coming back onto the knees with toes curled under. Find a focus point and try to, with control, come onto the balls of the feet. Try to rock your heels towards the ground. If you do this one time successfully, maybe you try to reverse the motion, slowly lowering the knees to the ground without using the hands. Try this one more time, no matter how successful you've been. We'll take the fingertips to the ground and slowly, with the knees bent, press our way into a forward fold. Keeping the knees super bent, we'll interlace the elbows, drop the head. Just take a couple breaths here, allowing the blood to drain in the opposite direction. You can shrug the shoulders a couple times, shake the head yes or no, making sure there's no tension in the neck. Keeping the weight pouring into the toes. You take the fingertips to the ground and just straighten and bend the legs a couple times here, warming into the forward fold. Taking long, slow breaths here. Take a fun little hip stretch here. So taking the feet together, we'll bend the knees really generously. Walk the hands to the left side of the mat, and then we'll bend the knees and press the hips to the right. So most of the weight's going into the right outer edge of the foot. Doesn't look like much, but hopefully you feel a nice stretch in the right outer hip. And then we'll reverse the motion, coming back through center, keeping the knees super bent. We'll walk the hands towards the right this time. Bend the knees really generously and bump the hips to the left. So most of the weight comes into the outer edge of the left foot and the inner edge of the right foot. Keep stretch. You can bend the knees more here and see if that increases the stretch. Try and keep the fingertips on the ground. We'll walk back through center. Inhale, take a flat back, pressing the palms of the hands into the shins or thighs to straighten the back, looking straight down at the ground. Inhale here and exhale, one final forward fold. Great, we'll take the feet hip width apart this time, bend the knees, and slowly roll our way up to standing. So here you can take hands at heart center, bow to the chest, and just take a moment here to set an intention for your day. Whether it's just relaxing, or it's a word or a goal. Take a moment to imagine that this practice is going to give you the energy to reach that goal. Imagine that thing is already done. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Drop the hands. And on an inhale, we're going to start with some balance play. So on the inhale, we're taking the hands up towards the sky, look up towards the hands and slowly toes. Come up higher and higher, reaching the hands higher and higher, looking towards the ceiling, seeing if you can hold your balance here. Really focus on tightening through the core. Really focus on one spot on the ceiling. If you fall, that's okay. Just return. We're going to keep holding this. Maybe even activating through the glutes a little bit. We'll press the hands up towards the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2. And when we'll exhale, take the heels with control to the ground, come up off the toes, can flutter off the ground. And we'll sit back in our chair. Keeping the back nice and flat, keeping the weight in the heels, making sure that you can see your toes look down. So the knees are behind, the ankles are directly above. We'll pull the hands up towards the ceiling and hold this for 5, 4, sit deeper, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, we'll come back up onto the toes, slowly straightening over towards the hands, taking deep, slow breaths. We'll hold this tiptoe posture for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll exhale, come back down onto the heels, take our chair pose for 5, 4, 3, really pulling up through the chest, 2, 1. Inhale, coming back onto the toes, one more round. Holding this if you can for 5, 4, looking up at the sky, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll come back down onto the heels, take our chair pose, sit super deep in this one for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll take our forward fold. Breathe into the back here. Exhaling out through the mouth. We'll slowly roll our way back up to standing. We're going to take the right foot up off the ground, rolling the right knee into the chest. Picking something to focus on, a little spot or gaze point. Yoga is called the drishti, on the wall in front of you or the floor in front of you. We'll reach with our hands and see if we can grab around that right knee. Focusing on the little micro movements that are happening in the left foot to keep us here. Tighten up through the core, straighten up through your posture. Pull that right knee to the chest. And then we'll take the hands to the hips and slow motion kick that right foot out. Seeing if we can get that right leg as parallel with the ground as we can. We're going to see if we can hold this. You can always take a fingertip to the wall so you can get the strengthener. The balance is quite there today. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll take the hands to heart center and slowly tip the chest forward, taking the right leg towards the back of the room. We'll see if we can slowly come into a warrior three, kicking that right foot out behind us, flexing the foot until our chest is parallel with the floor. Looking straight down at the ground. You can always take the fingertips to the earth here. We're going to hold this if we can, or try to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, breathing, 1. You can take the fingertips to the earth here, or try to maintain your balance as you bend this left knee, bend the left knee, bend the right knee, and try to tuck that right knee right into the pocket at the back of the left knee. So it's just this little mini squat thing here. You can, again, stay balancing if you can, or keep the fingertips to the earth here. See how low you can come to the squat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll take the right foot to the earth. Forward fold. You can keep the feet a little wider than hip width apart. Inhale here. Exhale. Slowly roll up. We'll take the hands out to either side. And we're just going to take a couple rounds of these windmills, lack of a better word. So twisting from side to side, starting slow with the hands. Just freely moving from side to side. Being mindful of shoulders here, not doing this like flinging your arms, with some weight in the hands and some control through the shoulders, but just twisting from side to side. You can also, if that's too intense for the shoulders today, just take the fingertips to the shoulders and do this in a slightly slower way. Listening up through the spine. Couple more rounds of this, wherever you're at. Come back to center. Take the hands out to either side. Inhale here. Exhale, give yourself a quick hug. Maybe a little mini massage with the fingertips on the shoulder blades later. Back to center. Take the hands to heart center again. Bow the chin to chest. Reset that intention. We're going to find our gaze point on the wall or floor again in front of us. See if we can slowly lift that left foot into the air. Reach with the hands. See if we can grab that left knee and pull it into the chest, or at least towards the chest. Finding the micro adjustments in that right foot. We'll inhale, straighten through the spine. See if you can make yourself as tall as possible. We'll just hold this for a moment, establishing a connection with the earth, establishing our balance, noticing how this side is different than the right side. Then we'll take the hands to the hips and slowly kick that left foot out in front of us, pointing the toe. See if we can hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking the hands to the chest as gracefully as possible. Take that left foot out behind us. Tip the chest forward, coming into our warrior 3 here. Kick that left leg up as high as it can go up towards the sky. Holding this for 5, 4, and if you fall out, just come back to the pose. 3, 2, and 1. Option to take the fingertips to the earth if they aren't already, or you can try this still balancing. We're going to bend that right knee. We're going to bend that left knee. We're going to try to tuck that left knee right behind your right, coming into this little squat pose here. See if you can hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time we're going to power up through that right leg, come back to standing, replace that left foot on the ground, and we'll shift from side to side, shaking out the legs a couple times. We're going to inhale, take the fingertips up towards the sky. Come on, tiptoes. Holding this for just a moment. Stretching out through the body. Exhale, coming into our chair pose. Taking the hands to heart center. Holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking the right elbow to the left knee. Keeping the hands at heart center, we'll twist here. Inhale here. Exhale. You can always just come partially into this twist. You don't have to like crank your back if it's not in you today. Sitting deep in this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through center. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Twist towards the right this time for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. And we'll inhale, slowly roll our way back up to standing. We'll take the hands out to either side. And we'll give ourselves another hug, this time with the opposite arm on top. Close the eyes here. Take a moment. We'll inhale, come back to center. We're going to try that flow one more time. So taking the right knee up and towards the chest. You can grab onto that right knee. And let's stand up tall. We'll do this a little quicker this time. Taking the hands to the hips, finding our balance, or trying to, you can, again, a fingertip on the wall can make a world of difference if you're having a really frustrating balance there. We'll slowly kick that right foot forward and see if you can pulse it 5 times. So raising that right leg up towards the sky 5 times. Go ahead and give it a try. Starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if we can slowly and gracefully take it to our warrior 3, standing on that left foot. If we find our warrior 3, we're going to try to pulse that right foot once again 5 more times towards the sky, beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to see if we can bend that left knee, sink the hips, bend that right knee, and tuck that right knee in behind the left knee. This is really challenging. Holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Power through that left leg and come up to standing. Place that right foot on the ground. And we're just going to go right back into it. Holding that left knee up and in towards the chest. Grabbing a hold of that left knee for a moment. Inhale here, establish balance. Exhale, take hands to hips. Slowly kick that left foot out in front of us and pulse the leg 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll take the hands to heart center. So you can slowly tip forward like a teapot into our warrior 3. And then we're going to pulse that left leg towards the sky 5 times. And again, if you're not pulsing, that's okay. Do what you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to tuck that left knee behind the right, bend the right knee. See if we can hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the right foot on the ground, coming right into a chair, stretching the arms overhead. This is the last strength building thing we're doing today. Holding this for 10, 9, 8, sitting deep, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking the fingertips to the earth. We'll take that left foot in between the hands and step the right foot back towards the back of the mat. Let the right knee come down to the ground, untuck the toes. Just enjoy a hip flexor stretch here, low lunge. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to inhale, take the fingertips up towards the sky, follow the fingers with your eyes. Taking a really beautiful, graceful lunge here, or any version of lunge here, even if it's not beautiful or graceful today. A lunge is still a lunge. You can come back onto your hands, rock a bit from side to side here. I'm going to open that left hand up towards the sky, keeping the right hand planted on the ground for a little twist. We'll take the hands back down to the earth. And we're going to heel toe that left foot towards the right until we come into a pigeon pose. Flexing the left toes. If this is too much in your knee, you can always take that left heel closer and closer to the hips, or walk that back knee in. And if it's still too much, you can just do the same pose, but on your back. Pigeon. Inhale here. Exhale. If you'd like to try to fold forward and make the sleeping pigeon, I welcome you to do so. If you are feeling the stretch quite enough already while sitting up straight, you just go ahead and stay there. You're going to just take 3 deep breaths here, emptying out all the breath, squeezing the belly. We'll inhale slowly. Hold the breath at the top and exhale slowly. Inhale slowly. Hold the breath at the top. Release any expression you have on the face and exhale slowly. One more breath in, slow. Filling the belly up, filling the chest. Holding the breath at the top. Release any tension in the back. Exhale. We're going to climb back up onto the hands if you were in sleeping pigeon. Sit up straight. Crawl onto the hands for just a moment. Take that left leg out behind you and do a couple fire hydrant hip circles. Great. We'll step the right foot up between the hands, take the left knee towards the back of the room, and take another low lunge here. Stretching out through the left side this time. Rock back and forth a couple times here from side to side. Breathing into the left hip flexor. And feeling the stretch in the right inner thigh. We're going to take the hands together. Take the hands up towards the sky and see if we can follow the hands with the gaze. Inhale here, crescent lunge. Exhale, taking the hands back down to the earth. Plant the left palm on the ground and inhale like you're pulling string back into bow and arrow. We're going to take that right hand up towards the sky, twisting the chest towards the right side of the room. Inhale here. And exhale. Back down to the earth. We'll heel toe that right leg over to or that right foot over towards the left side of the mat. Lay that top of the right foot down on the ground. Lay the side of the right calf down on the ground or the top of the shin. Come into our pigeon pose. Inhale here. Exhale out through the mouth. One more inhale here. Exhale, release something you're worried about as you breathe out through the mouth. Crawl into your sleeping pigeon if you want to, or stay up. We're going to take 3 long, slow breaths here, coming back to your intention you set at the beginning of class. You'll exhale all the breath out, squeezing the belly, emptying, and then we'll inhale cool, fresh air. Hold the breath at the top, see if you can sneak a little more air in. Exhale out through the mouth, sigh it out. One more breath like that, in. Holding it at the top. Exhale out through the nose. Connecting to the earth. One more breath in. Exhale out. Slowly walk the hands back up. On to the left knee, we'll take the right leg out behind us. Couple fire hydrant circles with the right leg. And then we're going to come into our easy seat, cross-legged. We're going to take just a couple seconds here to inhale, get really tall through the spine as if you're being crowned or having a coronation happen. Inhale here. Exhale. Feel yourself settling into the earth. Feeling the earth rising up to meet you. Feeling supported by your environment. The universe wants you to succeed. Soften your expression. We're going to just take 5 breaths here. In quiet contemplation. Allowing the focus that a balanced practice cultivates to be applied to just our breath here. You can always take the right hand to the low belly and the left hand to the heart center to really connect to your body here. Notice how you feel. Notice if you have any tension in a specific part of the body. And as you breathe in, imagine that you're breathing into those areas. And as you breathe out, imagine those areas relaxing, softening. Observing without judgment. Observing with compassion. Losing any expression from the face. Just a few more breaths here. And we'll take the hands to heart center. Take one more breath in. Exhaling, bowing chin to chest. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.